My name is Thomas Givan. This is my CIS 110 informative speech about the assassination of Archduke Franz Ferdinand. So, on the morning of the 20th of June 1914, the Archduke of Austria-Hungary and his wife Sophie visited, according to Britannica, visited the capital city of Sarajevo of Bosnia and Herzegovina in order to perform a routine inspection of the country that they had most recently just annexed. And a team of 6 assassins put together by a Serbian nationalist group called the Black Hand were lined along the motorcade that the couple were planning to take, and this ended with the assassination of the Archduke and his wife. And according to History Learning, this assassination was the most immediate cause of the First World War. The assassination team was made up of 6 people. 2 people to keep in mind are Nigel Kabrinovic and Gavrilo Princip, and Princip was the one who had actually carried out the assassination. Europe at this time was a ticking time bomb. It went so far back as 1888, according to Patrick Smith of the Irish Times, with a quote he used by the then Chancellor of the German Empire, Otto von Bismarck, where he said that the Great European War will come out of some damn foolish thing in the Balkans. All right. The assassins, 4 of them were armed with FN Model 1910s, which is what was eventually used to assassinate the Archduke. All 6 of them were armed with hand grenades, and 6 of them were armed or supplied with potassium cyanide pills so that they could commit suicide in the event of their capture or when they carried out the execution. The map that they took, this green line follows the Archduke's planned route. They came across the team of the first 3 assassins. The first 2 men eventually decided not to throw their bombs, either fearing for their lives or simply chickening out. And the 3rd man, Kabrinovic, he threw his bomb. It made contact with the Archduke's car, however, it rolled off and went underneath the car right behind them. It went off, destroying the car and injuring about 20 people. And upon seeing this, Kabrinovic decided to try and make his escape into the river Miljoch. He jumped in, took a cyanide pill. The river was only 13 centimeters deep, so he immediately broke both of his legs. The cyanide he took was expired, so all it did was make him throw up a bunch, and the crowd drug him out of the river and beat him nearly half to death. So seeing this, the rest of the assassins assumed that the operation was called off. It was obviously an abject failure. Of the 3 assassins that decided to return home, they included Gavrilo Princip. He stops by a cafe on his way home. There is a popular urban legend where Princip stops to get a sandwich. However, according to the collector, there is no historical evidence of this having ever occurred. So, the Archduke's motorcade eventually drives past the cafe that Princip stops at, and of course their car breaks down. So seeing this, Princip just walks up to the car. He immediately shoots the Archduke. His wife, Sophie, tries to shield her husband, and she is shot too. The aftermath saw all of the assassins being caught and immediately jailed. All of those who were of age were executed for high treason. However, the 2 men I mentioned, Kabrinovic and Princip, they were both 19 years old. So according to Austro-Hungarian law at the time, they only had to serve 20 years. However, Princip only survived 2 years into his prison sentence and died later in 1915 when he contracted tuberculosis and swiftly lost that battle.